On today's Cap Trail Meetup, we have Louise, who is the director of Bike Walk RVA. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So to start things off, let's go ahead and start talking about Bike Walk RVA. What is Bike Walk RVA and what do you do there?
Yeah. So Bike Walk RVA is a program of sports backers. The mission at Sports Backers is to ensure that people from all corners of our community can live actively. We, do a lot of outdoor events, races, for to encourage folks to be active and to be healthy. Um, but realized when we were doing some strategic planning back in 2012 that if we really want people to be able to live actively, they should also be able to walk, to bike, outside, be able to access, their grocery store, their library, go to school, and be able to do that in an active way, which requires some improvements to infrastructure in the greater Richmond region. So Bike Walk RVA was started in 2012 as the advocacy arm of sports backers to really advocate for comfortable, connected spaces for people to be able to walk and bike safely, and for that to be for all ages and abilities.
Wonderful. How have y'all noticed changes within Bike Walk RVA and COVID-19?
Yeah, I mean, so definitely everybody has to pivot on how they, do their operations, right? So right now is May, and for the last 7 years, May has been RVA Bike Month, and we've worked with a ton of great volunteers to host a lot of group rides and other kinds of events, happy hours, and obviously we can't really do that right now. So we've shifted to doing more virtual, solo, choose your own adventure kind of experiences, which is up right now on rvabikemonth.com. There's a great treasure hunt activity going on. So if you can bike around Richmond and find 12 different trees, there's a map to show you where to go. We'll plant a tree. So, you know, uh, tree shade is very important to the comfort level when you're walking and biking around. So we want to do what we can. But yeah, there's a ton of other events that are on that website, and we'd love for you guys to participate and tag us with RVA Bike Month hashtag. But yeah, we've had to pivot a lot. Keeping folks informed about what's going on with budget and how they can be involved and still express, their support for furthering biking and walking infrastructure is definitely different in this time. And I'm actually really proud of the Richmond Urbanism Happy Hour group that has been hosting virtual happy hours for 4 Tuesdays through this month and actually beginning the end of April, about things like how the budget cycle is impacted, about regional trails, about family cycling and just cycling during this age of pandemic response. So that's been really great.
Right. It's really connecting with everyone in the community,
Yeah.
it sounds like.
Yeah, we're trying.
Right. All right. Something else I know that y'all were pretty heavily involved in is the Ashland to Petersburg Trail. So can you tell me what the Ashland to Petersburg Trail is, what it looks like, and what the next steps are?
Yeah, this is kind of one of my favorite things to talk about, actually. So the Ashland to Petersburg Trail, or whatever name that will be soon released for
Right.
it, runs north to south, Ashland to Petersburg, and covers 7 localities. So the town of Ashland, Hanover County, Henrico County, City of Richmond, Chesterfield County, Colonial Heights, and Petersburg. So that's when it's all said and done, it'll be somewhere between 41, 42 miles. And we have a great example of what a regional trail looks like in the area already with the Virginia Capitol Trail. I think one of the key differences between the CAP Trail and the trail from Ashland to Petersburg will be just the different landscape context that we'll see for Ashland to Petersburg. You've got a mix of rural area, suburban area, urban area. So the opportunity there is to think about how do you communicate that this is one trail alignment,
Mhm.
but obviously some sections will look a little different just because of the typography of the landscape. Um,
Right.
but but uh, as soon as you start talking about Ashland to Petersburg, I think the interesting that we've seen through like outreach meetings and has been folks immediately start thinking about, oh, we can connect from this basically regional trail spine to here and to here, and we can connect here. A lot of folks might not know that along the corridor, um, 24 public schools are nearby, about four colleges and universities, two community colleges, and then a number of park spaces um, in the Chesterfield corridor, particularly along Route 1, um, will be bike, ped, and transit. Basically, like GRTC has launched a new bus line around Route 1, and to line up transit and bike ped infrastructure is just it's a big deal. So lots of great things and connections to be made with the trail.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a timeline for this? I know most meetings that I've been in are that saying nothing's starting for at least 10 years. Do you still think that's pretty accurate?
Well, I think it depends on what starts in 10 years.
Right.
I think we're probably for the whole thing to be completed. Hopefully, we're thinking about like a 10 to 12 year timeline. But so the Virginia Department of Transportation completed its study of the corridor in late February, early March of this year, and so that study has allowed localities, provided the technical pieces that they need to start uh, applying for funding. So Henrico has applied for sections of their segments of their trail through their corridor. Chesterfield is applying. Um, Hanover and Henrico are actually trying to get some regional funding for where the trail will cross over the Chickahominy River. So localities are starting to apply to get funding, and then build out, of course, will take some time, but hopefully we're talking about a 10 to 12 year window um, for completion.
Right. Definitely keeping my fingers crossed for
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
All right. My last question is, what's your favorite spot on the Capitol Trail?
Yeah, I had to like had to think about it because there's so many good spots, but
Right.
I think I really do enjoy the low line, just because it's such a great mix of um, like natural environment abutting the trail. You just feel very serene in that space. So I'm really excited about the completion of some more work a little bit closer to the intersection with the canal walk. Um, but yeah, it's just so pretty. Like, and so shout out to everybody involved with upkeep and maintenance of that. It's just really nice.
Right. And Capitol Trees actually is almost done with their remodeling right in front
Yeah,
of the flood wall.
yeah.
Really
Was out
pretty.
there like maybe a couple weeks ago, so it looks like it's coming together. So it's really exciting. I think you guys are having like a virtual unveiling soon,
We
so
are soon, I think
be
either next week or the week after.
yeah,
So,
be
yeah,
excited to tune in.
definitely. All right. Well, thanks so much for talking to me today.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you.
You too.
All
Bye.
right, bye.